Want to learn how to can homemade cranberry juice? Then you're in the right place. Grab your jars and let's get started. Let's start by sterilizing your jars. You are going to want them to be hot anyways because we are going to be pouring boiling water into them, and if they're cold, they will break. I'm filling up my water bath canner with hot water, making sure that all the jars inside are also full with water, and then I am going to just put it on the stove and bring the water to a boil. While your jars are sterilizing, go ahead and wash your cranberries. I've already washed mine, but you can go ahead and just soak them in water and vinegar for a couple of minutes and then strain them out when they're done so they're ready to pour into your jars. And then the only other ingredients you need are lemon juice and a sweetener. I use sugar. The other thing you want to do while your jars are sterilizing is boil some water. Whatever you use for your drinking water is what you want to use for this. Let's go ahead and remove the jars from the water bath canner. Remember, they are going to be very hot, so be careful. All right, all 6 of my jars are ready to go, so let's get them filled up. For each jar, you are going to add 1.5 cups of cranberries. Now we're going to add 1/4 cup of whatever sweetener you use. If you want your juice a little sweeter, you could up it to 1/2 cup. And now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice per jar. Now we're ready to add the boiling water. So you want to make sure you leave at least a 1/2 inch headspace, which is about here, but I typically just stay below the rim. You will hear lots of popping during this process, which is exactly what you want to hear. That's those cranberries popping open and letting all the goodness out. Before I add my lids and rings, I'm going to wipe down all of the lids, make sure that they are good and dry. When you add your rings, you want to make sure that they are fingertip tight, which basically just means, ooh, it's hot, that you don't have to put a lot of pressure. You can just reopen it very easily. So I always kind of use the analogy of Goldilocks. You want it just right, not too loose, not too tight. My water bath canner comes with one of these awesome little racks that just hooks on over the side, and it makes it really easy to put your jars in and then lower them down all together into the water. If your water bath canner comes with a zone dial on its lid like mine does, once it reaches your zone, then you're gonna go ahead and start your timer. If yours doesn't have one of these, no worries. Once the water comes to a full rolling boil, then you go ahead and start the timer. My timer went off, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off my burner and let it sit for 5 minutes before I take the jars out. Lay a dish towel down on your countertops before taking your jars out to protect your counter. You're going to leave your jars on the countertop for 12 to 24 hours before checking the seal. Be sure to save this post so you have the recipe handy and check the caption for the full details.